That's morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anand Jairaj, and I've been requested by the family to preside over the solemn occasion today as the Master of Ceremonies. The program will begin in a short while, or not in a short while, as soon as appropriate. But in the meantime, there's a mandatory announcement that I've been requested to make, and of course, we know we are in the throes of COVID-19, which seems to be staying with us for I don't know how long it's going to be different, but we have to make a mandatory announcement. Please observe all COVID protocols. First of all, ensure that you are sanitized. Make sure that you've entered your name in the registry there, and social distancing is very important as well. I know it is difficult to keep social distancing in occasions like this, but as far as possible, try to adhere. So sanitize, social distancing, and mask. Please wear your mask at all times if you are not doing it. Thank you very much, and I will be with you sooner than later. Thank you. But before I commence with the program proper, Bhajan group has done a wonderful job in creating a beautiful ambience during this solemn occasion. I just call upon her to recite the Gayatri Mantra as an opening prayer, and then we commence with our program proper. Thank you to you. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and family of the Chakrahood Ramkatha family, my name is Anand Jairaj, for those who do not know me. As always, when I'm at an occasion like this, I mention in my speeches usually that when a great person passes away, we do not mourn the person's departure, but we rather celebrate his or her life. We have gathered here thus not to mourn the passing away of our great mother, but to celebrate her life and take lessons from her for our betterment. The late Mrs. Devmathy was gentleness, kindness, and love personified. She undoubtedly exuded grace and beauty. She touched everyone who had the good fortune of meeting and knowing her. With her passing, undoubtedly, the proverbial giant oak tree has fallen. She was devoted to her family, gave her husband Chakrahood Ramprasad, now late, all the support and encouragement needed to carve out successful business ventures that the family became famous for. It was not all plain sailing though. She went through thick and thin, but stood by her husband's side and with the family all through the storms, the good times and the bad times. With her seniority, wisdom, charisma, and gentle guiding influence, she indeed became the matriarch of the Mahila clan. Her hospitality, as many of you will attest to, was indeed legendary. And the speakers will pay some fitting tributes to this exemplary human being. However, at this stage, I wish to share some information about her. There will inevitably be some repetition and overlapping, and for this I crave your indulgence. Mrs. Devmathy Ramprasad was born on the 29th of September 1926, and of course she died on 3rd of October 2021 at a good ripe age of 95 years. And for this we thank the Almighty for having spared her and for her to be with us for such a long period of time. And because indeed her presence was always a calm and soothing one. She was formerly of Islamabad and was the wife of Chhatrapati Ram Pratap, who was a successful sugarcane farmer and more famously known for establishing the Flying Lotus bus empire. I am given to understand that Mrs. Ram Pratap played an instrumental role in setting up the business in 1967. Now, she hailed from the well-known pioneering Mahilal Bechli clan. Now, they were of the Indian indentured stock that settled in New Glasgow. Mahilal Bechli, that's the pioneering grandfather, and we'll be talking about here, grandfather and great-grandmothers of these Mahilal clan. Mahilal Bechli gave rise to the following family. And of the male stock, the following families sprung up: the Ratan family, Ram Ratan family, Jhinlar family, Roop Narayan, Ramdev, Ramdharan, Bal Govind, C. Govind, C. Prasad, Nand Kishore, Mahadev, and Roop Narayan, that is from the male lineage. Of the female stock, there was Basmati Mahila of the Basmati family and Purbatia Mahila of the Basant Cedar family. Now, apologies if I missed out any of the families. Now, Mrs. Devmathy of Rampata belonged to the Ramdev family that moved to Richmond's farm in Newlands, New Glasgow. She had 9 brothers and 2 sisters. Now, Sister Kasturi is the only surviving sibling, I'm told. Dear Ma, she married Chhatrapati Ram Pratap from Cottonlands around 1942, I'm given to understand, but her marriage certificate and official document shows that the marriage was registered on the 13th of April 1944. The Chhatrapati family moved to Islamabad, where she spent the major part of her life, devoted herself to raising her family and assisting her husband in the businesses. She leaves behind her grieving children. That's Kesar Prasad Chaturgut, known to us affectionately as Keso, Sita Maya Singh, known to us affectionately as Maya, Rishi Ram Chandragun, and Taramati Maharaj, also known to us affectionately as Ishara. Right? And she leaves behind, apart from these children, a host of grandchildren. At this stage, I would just like to announce that unfortunately, Mrs. Keso Ramsadas Kelly is not able to join us because she is ill, and on the doctor's orders, she is unable to make a presence here today, and she has asked everyone to excuse her from us particularly. We have now, with that, of course, before I forget, I'd rather tender the vote of thanks now rather than later. First of all, I would like to thank Oriental Bhakti Sangeet for the melodious and soothing bhajans actually, and during this solemn occasion, we have really created a lovely ambience. Thank you very much. You're a beautiful singer and beautiful musician. Tongat Funeral Services, Rajesh has been very, very cooperative. We'd like to thank the Tongat Funeral Services for their services here as well. And Panditji, I don't know if Panditji has arrived yet, but the Panditji who will be officiating here is Pandit Keso Pandit, and I'd like to thank him in advance for all the rituals that he will be performing. I'd like to thank all sympathizers and well-wishers. The messages of sympathies and condolences have contributed to easing the pain and sorrow of the bereaved family. Now, generally, I'd like to thank all of you who have contributed in any way. May God bless you all. And we have a message from the Newlands Bus Owners Association. They have sent their messages of condolences as well. Right. With that, I'd just like to go on with the program. And first of all, I'll call upon Nirasha Raj, the great-granddaughter, daughter-in-law of the late Mrs. Devmathy Ram Pratap, to address you all. Nirasha Raj.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Dehi nosmin yata dehe, Komaram yovanam jara, Tata dehantaha vyaprap, Tirdihastrana mubhyati. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Matra sparastu konteya, stoto nasu kadiv kadha, agamhyaha piyo no nitya vedam, stikit satsva bharatam. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sata, ubharo nidrishto nastvana, yosta tadvarsti bahi. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna. Prem Namaste to all. Today we are grateful for a life we shared with our Ma and our big Ma, Mrs. Devmathy Ram Pratap. It is with a heavy heart that we bid farewell to a stalwart. Ma, as I fondly called her, always asked me, Nirasha, mere liye kuch kahiye. Ek din, and today, Ma, is that one day, and these words come from your children and your grandchildren to you. We honor you for your long life and your life that you lived with grace. I had the privilege of your company for many years, and I can only say that they were the most cherished times we shared. You have left my children and I with so many fond memories that just repeating your broken English would leave us laughing with joy. Ma, we may have not shared the recent past with you for many reasons, but know that our lives were intertwined in a myriad of ways, enveloped with unconditional love and respect. Ladies and gentlemen, very few can boast to the caliber our Ma represented. You had to know her heart and her mind to understand her love for humanity. I saw it in her love for my children over many years, and I saw that love reciprocated only because it came from a pure heart. I know that everyone here holds a special bond with our Ma, whether it was cooking a special dish, or presenting you with a sari or any gift, or just speaking a few words of love. We all have that one memory. Ma lived a rich life. She lived most of it in the opulence during her heydays with our Aja. When he passed on, she spent many years with Rishi Kaka and Kaki. Thereafter, she spent a lot of time with us in Westbrook. Isharapur and Larisha had the privilege of having her in their space, and recently, in her end days, Maya Kwa and her family were honored to keep her in their home. So fortunate we are that Ma gave us the opportunity to serve her, and for that we would be eternally grateful. Thank you, Ma, for being an amazing human being, one who touched our lives forever, and whose words of love will continue to reverberate in our hearts. This is an auspicious time in our Hindu calendar, and so Ma's exit from this world is blessed. And today I want to conclude with a very special prayer for Ma. Anadi nidhano deva, Shankha Chakra Gadadhara, Akshaya Pundari Kaksha, Preta Moksha Pradho Bhava, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Nirasha, for that very moving and sentimental tribute. I'm sure that Marnie's soul must be rejoicing after hearing your words, and it was really, really touching. In fact, as far as the Chatterjee family and case is concerned, my relationship, of course, when I married in 1980, of course, I was introduced to the Baldwin family to them. But my relationship with the family goes a long way before that. I was a friend with, Ranjit Chudilal, and we happened to be studying together, and that is when I used to visit Ranjit in September, and that is when Ranjit introduced me to the Chatterjee family because of his relationship, close relationship. Okay, so, and that is when I had the pleasure of meeting Margie. And it brings to mind because I don't know how many of you did visit the place where they lived in December and where they had that depot, bus depot. And that place was always a hive of activity, and Margie was always busy. And of course, the hub to everything there was a kitchen. And it brings to me the song by Pankaj Udas, Besan ke Soni Roti Kati Chutney Jaisi Ma. In fact, that's the words that come to me when I think about Margie. Serving the family, serving the guests, and serving all the workers there. It's amazing how she also cared for the workers, the bus drivers, the conductors, and everyone. She was really a moving figure to have been associated with. I just wanted to share that particular experience with the Chatterjee family and Margie particularly. I have pleasure to call upon Mrs. Shriya Singh. She is a great granddaughter, and she's daughter of Aruna Keso, and she will now address you, and I'm sure she will be forward to such an occasion. Shriya.
Namaste to all. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Shreya. I am the great-granddaughter of the late Mrs. Rampatap. I want to thank you all for coming on behalf of the Rampatap Chatterjee family. Your attendance here speaks volumes about the impact that Ma had on us. Our parents give us life. Our grandparents give us a sense of who we are and where we come from. This week, as we say goodbye to her, it hit me how incredibly lucky I had been to have my lovely great-grandmother with us for 95 years. Some of you know her as Ma or Big Ma. To me and the rest of the family, she was simply the type of flower that can still grow after a forest fire. When speaking to my cousins and my family and asking them to describe her in simple words, we all agreed on the following: loving, selfless, and nurturing. Devmathy was unbelievably compassionate. Her heart and her generosity knew no bounds. Her door was always open, literally. You could just walk in and people often did. Neighbors, friends, immediate family, and relatives. Her laughter could break down walls, and her glamorous smile lit up a dull room. In all the many years we spent with her, she imprinted and imparted to us values that very few hold dear, that of respect, tolerance, and love for family. Devmathy ignited a legacy in her formative years through marriage that allowed generations to bask in the glorious success. It filled her heart to see others happy, and to give so others can be prosperous. Devmathy graced this earth. She lived a beautiful, abundant life and has embedded in each one of our hearts a very special memory. Our prayer is for her soul to move onward and to watch over us as our guardian angel, to realize our Creator and to gain moksha. Glory to Devmathy and all that she lived for. She survived because of the fire inside her burned brighter than the fire around her. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, my dear. It just shows that wasn't the daughter, that wasn't the granddaughter, that was the great-granddaughter. The love, affection, influence of Maji, the roots of the love, affection, and the influence of Maji has really grown deep into the soil, solidly for her to influence even the generations to come. And therefore that she will be always remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure of calling upon a well-known academic, a motivational speaker, and a community leader, by Professor Mewala Chaturvedi, to address you. Welcome to our Pandit.
Members of the bereaved family and friends, it is with a heavy heart that I stand before you today to pay tribute to a wonderful soul. Firstly, on your behalf, may I extend to the bereaved family our deepest sympathies. For convenience, I will refer to Mother as Ma. In case you don't know who I am the nephew of our dear mother, and we grew up in her beauty and her shadow. That is why today's departure makes this occasion all the more sad. Now, our MC and our previous speakers have paid glowing and apt tributes to our dear mother. But sisters and brothers, you know, as a close member of the Chaturvedi family, it gives me a great degree of inspiration to share some of the highlights of her life as we grew up. Now, we, the nephews and nieces, used to spend many a holiday at the home of our dear mother. We grew up in her shadow, her gentle nature, her cajoling nature, her inspiration, her humility, her unconditional love, and the manner in which she would cherish and nurture us is indeed something that we really cherish. You know, some of the occasions or incidents that stand out in our mind which our MC alluded to, her cooking for the drivers. Now, when I used to be there, she used to say, "Better take this flask of tea, the bus is coming, and the driver will be thirsty." And as the bus approached the house, we were there with the tea for the driver. She nurtured the entire family. She was the bedrock, the foundation of the entire empire that was built by this family. And for this legacy, she will be long remembered. Sisters and brothers, I'm sure you will agree with me that if the history of our forefathers, our ancestors had to be written, then Mother's history and that of her late husband, the late Mr. Chattergood, will feature prominently in this list. You know, I harbored this idea that Mother used to be impeccably dressed and presented in an aura of finesse. Now, yesterday my wife said the same thing to me, that Mommy used to be immaculately dressed at all times, even if it was at home. And this is the type of individual that she was. When we used to be at her place, she would provide for every means. And such was her unconditional love that when it was time for you to go back home from your holidays, she will send Keshavai or one of the drivers with us to Tonga to kit us in every aspect of our outfits. Together with that, she would give you an abundance of money to take back home. Roy will know that as well. This is the type of mother that we had. And sisters and brothers, what we as little boys at that time went through, and girls, what we've achieved is because of the love and the inspiration that we felt growing up in her presence. We have seen further because we have stood on the shoulders of giants, one of them being our dear mother. These being her personality traits, I said she was an unconditional pillar of strength to us all. She believed in family unity and encompassed the entire family unconditionally. And if you had to pitch up at their home, even unannounced, you will not leave without a meal or even stay over. That was Mother and her family. Sisters and brothers, we are all born with our samskaras, and we leave with the samskaras. We know about the law of karma, cause and effect. And the life that Mother has led, by virtue of the fact that she's seen an entire 95 years, being the most senior in our family, is testimony to the fact that her samskaras were really unimaginable and beautiful. And she's left this world, we are quite confident, to a better place, having lived a life worthy of emulation. What a beautiful life. She would not harm even a fly or say a nasty word, in her quiet, unassuming manner. In Hindi, I know she didn't have any formal education or very little, but that did not prevent her from exuding love unconditionally to all of us. To the family, we are really saddened. We are really saddened. Our heartfelt condolences to you. But we take comfort in the fact, as said by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, that for certain is birth for the dead, and certain is death for the born. Therefore, over the inevitable, we should not grieve. Mother is in a better place. I want to share one more incident. Some years ago, we were at the funeral or the ceremony of my late cousin Bhim, and Mataji was present there. She was about 90 at that time. And I told her that, Mommy, you are enjoying the type of life and the good health because of your karma and the person that you are. And she said to me, Beta, in Hindi, wherever you are, when I pass away, you must please make it your duty to come and say a few words. Now, I just kept that to myself. And yesterday I said this to my wife, and today I said this to Roy. Now it is very touching. It leaves a deep hole in our hearts that mother had this type of love and unconditional beauty in her. I want to place on record also our deep appreciation and admiration to the family. You know, to nurture somebody for 95 years of one's life, especially in the closing years of one's life, it is not easy. We see in this day and age where people are left in old age homes or not even cared for at all in some cases, given a lot of difficulty. But in this case, mother was nurtured with love, compassion, and every bit of energy that the family could muster. We salute the family for giving her this beautiful life and sending her off in a moment of dignity in such a manner. Swami Shivananda says that the body, or at this stage, the body is in a state of swoon. The soul is in a state of swoon and is watching over all the proceedings. The prayer, the kirtans, bhajans, mantras are indeed the channels of communication for the soul in the life hereafter. We urge the family to continue living their lives in a highly moral, spiritual, ethical, and community-centered manner as they've done throughout, in true and loving memory of a dear soul, our dear mother. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor G. I'm sure you all agree that every speaker, whatever they uttered, we are all in agreement with. Margie was such an influence to all of us. All of us who had the fortune of meeting her have really benefited. And for those who have never encountered Margie, you have missed something in life, no doubt about it. I'd like to officially welcome the arrival of our Pandit Keshav Pandey, who will be officiating here. And I don't know, I would like to hand over, because my job has come to a virtual end now. I will not be away, but I just need to know. I will leave it in the hands of Pandit Ji to take the process forward. I think we've got still about an hour, and as soon as you're ready, you inform the bhajan group that you're ready to do the necessary. And in the meantime, I will just hand you over to the Oriental Bhakti Sangeet in order to soothe our souls even further, and until Panditji is waiting for us. Thank you very much, and of course, on your behalf, as Professor said, we'd like to extend our heartfelt sympathies to the family, and that is extending ourselves because we are all families, right? And of course, in the end, please safe journeys back home to your respective destinations, and please observe the COVID protocols: sanitizing, masking, and social distancing. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Media. Come with that side, okay, so? Yeah. You come stand up. Oh. पवित्रवा सर्वे अवस्थांगतो अपीव हृदय स्मरेत पुंडरीकाक्षे सभैभयंत्रः शुचिः. Somewhat in your right palm. ओम हरि ओम तत्सत नमो परमात्मने. आद्या पुत्रः केशो नामस्य. You making a declaration that as son you will do the Antyeshti Kriya, all the final rites for Mummy Devmathy Chaturgun. Adya Kashyapa Gotrasya Pretasya Devmathy Chaturgun Pretatva Nivrittam Uttam Loka Pratyartham Audahikam Aham Karishi. Just leave it down there. Om Pavitresto Manbodhari. Right hand and left hand. Help me put that one somewhere. Pavitresto Vaishnavyo Saviturva Prasava. Utpachidrena Pavitrena. First pinna. Om Adya Kashyapa Gotrayaha प्रेत आयः देवमती नामस्य शव निमित्तो ब्रह्म देवतो वा एषते पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. सेकंड पिंड. ओम आद्य कश्यप गोत्राय प्रेत आयः देवमती द्वार देश पांत निमितो विष्णु देवता वो एषते पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. थर्ड वन. ओम आद्य कश्यप गोत्राय प्रेत आय माता देवमती चत्वर खेचर निमित्त एषते पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. Put some water on each of those pindas. To your places, I'll do the sermon from the you can bring it. Dear friends and devotees of our dear departed mum, dear friends and relatives of our dear departed mum, it is, as everyone has indicated before me, quite a sad moment for everyone. Death is always so, it leaves us with so much of grief. Sometimes it makes us even despondent. It is only an understanding of death, an understanding of the soul, that allows us to cope with such grief. The extent of each one's grief that is present here, or even not present here, depends on the kind of relationship we share during the lifetime of Devmathy. The closer the relationship need not be biological, as some of the speakers has alluded to. That relationship determines how you mourn for the parting away of this soul. what has died is simply the gross body. That eternal soul lives on. And we were so fortunate that this soul that had entered this body some 95 years ago was given this 95 years to interact, to gain an experience, because that soul goes with that experience. And what should give us solace is the kind of relationship that we have. We must be grateful that we left that soul whenever you interacted. Such lovely memories was recalled by some speakers. Every memory sticks with that soul, and that soul goes with memory. If you had a hard time with that soul, that hard time goes with that memory. Unfortunately, we still have time. We are in this physical body going through our own experiences. And we can make amend for those difficult times by doing the right thing, doing the scriptural thing, doing the spiritual thing. That will give us comfort. That will allay us or overcome or counteract the difficult times that we may have given Mother in our life, advertently or inadvertently. And let us hope that every smile that we had brought for Mom, some 90 years ago, some people would have remembered. And some people 70 years ago, from the time she married into this Ramatap family, you will remember. Every time you smiled, every joy that you brought is ingrained in that soul, and that soul goes with that lovely memory. We all realized that she had gone through a protracted illness. That was part of the experience that soul came here to. Certain is birth, certain is death. And in between, we write our own chapter. And it is our interaction and experience with Mother wrote her chapter. And yet so we have contributed to a lovely chapter in that soul's life on this earthly plane. That soul has left this earthly plane, this gross body, and it is now what we term as breath. And it is still around. It actually wants to get back into that body. That is why we will go to the crematorium. As soon as the body enters that furnace, that soul realizes that this body is no more for it. And then we start doing our rituals to guide that soul, to guide Mother. When we say Mother, it is that soul. In fact, the time when she was born, the moment she was born, her parents quickly consulted astrologers, the priest, and got the name Devmathy. And Devmathy was that soul. And now that body is gone. Sometimes we, in our inerrant ways, we sometimes relate the name to the gross body, because that is how we identify ourselves. But actually, you'll notice why that consultation took place, so that we get the correct sound vibrations from when the soul took entry into this body, and then we gave that name. So Devmathy is that soul, and Devmathy will live on. That gross body will be disposed, and the soul will realize that. And Devmathy goes on, and so after the funeral, we guide that breath We allow it, or we do certain rituals to guide it to a higher plane. And on the 13th day, we'll do a 10-day ceremony, a 10-day prayer for that soul to prepare it for its journey. On the 13th day, we'll do a ceremony to transcend that soul, to merge it into higher levels with the other Pitras, Pitra level. And so nice, this is Pitra Pach. This is a period for the souls. It will go into that heavenly region. Pitra Lok is a heavenly region. But if that soul in this body through this experience had perfected itself to the level where it qualifies to become one with Paramatma, then from here, when it exited yesterday, it would be straight away gone to heaven, higher heavenly regions, beyond Pitralok, to God's regions. But we are not sure. Bhagavan Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita very nicely outlines the perfect seeker of him, the one that will become perfect to be in his region. And let us pray and hope that we made a contribution towards the perfection of Devmathy's soul, and that he did qualify after 95 years on this earthly plane. He did qualify for moksha, for oneness with God, liberated, final liberation. But if it didn't, then our prayer is that whatever it had done according to its deeds, it deserves a better abode. May that soul continue on a forward journey, on its forward journey, blissfully. After leaving that body, that soul is either gone to God, and Yamraj determines the path, whether it deserves heavenly abodes or hellish abodes. A hellish period in this life of that soul. So this is a nice lesson for us that, look, there will be hellish journeys and there will be heavenly journeys for that soul. And the path of that soul is determined by our present actions and our past actions. Our prarabdha karmas, which is past, over which we cannot do much, but we can go through it, we can try to get rid of it through all the goodness that is presented to us in this life. If you identify and see around you what is good, choose that which is good. And if you have the knowledge of scripture, if you listen to discourses, you will automatically pick up all the threads that contribute towards heavenly regions for that soul. Because it is that memory that is going to go. So let's hope at the time of exit, Mother Devmathy had lovely memories, was desirous of oneness with God, was desirous that, yes, I want to realize. That would have contributed to that soul getting a better journey hereafter. And if we don't understand that soul, Krishna Bhagavan, I think the moment of Arjuna's despondency, he gave 18 chapters, 700 verses to try to make him understand this soul, this purpose of life. And 2 verses often quoted in funerals, and I will read that. Krishna Bhagavan to the despondent Arjuna says, Vasansi jirnanani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sharir ini vihaya jirnanyani sanyasi navani dehi. Krishna Bhagavan, Nainam chidanti shastrani, nainam dahita pavaka, na chainam kledayanta yaho, na shoshayati maruta. Bhagavan says to Arjuna, and indirectly here too, like to understand who you really are, who Devmathy really was, is, and forever will be. For this Atma, reference to Devmathy, cannot be cut by any weapon, nor can it be burnt by fire, nor wet by water, or dried by the wind. Death is simply a change of body for that soul. Just as a person casts off worn out bodies, worn out garments, and puts on new ones, so the embodied soul casts off worn out bodies and enters new ones. This body had its limitation, and Devmathy discarded this body. And I hope she had that desire to discard this body. Every one of us will have to go through this procedure of birth and death. Let's develop better memories. Let our interactions, let us use, let the soul use everything, every resource that is given to us by God. These senses, this body, and everything that makes us who we think we really are. Use it for that soul, for the advancement of that soul. So that one day when we are in this position that we find Devmathy in, the speakers here will speak so proudly and so nicely. Yes, that was a soul that had such a lovely journey. And then automatically our prayer for that soul is a better and a safer and a lovelier journey going forward towards God. Let us pray, put our hands together, focus our mind for eternal peace for this soul. Om Dyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apa Shanti Oshadya Shanti Vanaspatya Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sharvagvam Shanti Shanti Deva Shanti Shama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Over to Jairaj to do the final arrangements.
Thank you, Panditji, for so eloquently and efficiently conducting the last prayer. The only announcement I have to make is that we now proceed to conduct crematorium. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your presence. Thank you for all your messages of sympathy and messages just that you give to the family. They have to get it from heart. They have a long way in meeting their sorrows. May you all go safely, and we will now adjourn to proceed to the crematorium. Thank you very much. I'll leave it to the funeral undertaker now to arrange all the final preparations and for the removal of the casket, but I think they're going to arrange for the family members to gather around to pay the last respect. Yeah. Right, so this will be my final to all of you. Thank you very much. And in the meantime, our
we will all sing to God in His praises and pray to Him that He gives liberation to this soul. We'll all chant Prabhu Tere Dwar.
What can I say? No. Your man? Okay. Let's make the way.
Right.
Roy that. That's your tata. Your niece is the six. Yeah. Beyond. Mandian put the family there. I'm a lawyer there. Also is my cousin. Poor son. Yeah.
No, we don't need that. Give him the cup. We're done with that.
But you also teach him. To get hold of the mini. Yeah, I'm afraid of crowds. No problem. Don't worry, you don't have to go, but you love the team. How the crowd? Hey. Yeah. Hey, no, go.
Yeah. Putting up all this. Say it here, okay? You'll just clear the way from something. Oh, sorry, Becca. Sorry. It doesn't grown there. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here to pay our respects to dear Manji. Some very eloquent speeches were delivered at the hall. I think all of you were there, so we will not repeat whatever has already been done. But we all know the great soul that she was, and we are all saddened by her departure. But like I had mentioned in the hall itself, we should not mourn her, we should rather celebrate her life and take justice from her. Without better ado, I'd like to hand you over to Keshav Pandey, and he will continue with the final rites and make sure that the journey of Trump's soul from here to the hereafter will be a smooth and wonderful one. To you, Anandi.
You may be seated for the fire. कशपगोत्राय प्रेताय देवमती विश्रांतो भूतनामना रुद्रदेवतो वा एष पिते पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. Next one. ओम आद्य कशपगोत्राय प्रेताय देवमती चित्तस्थानी वायु निमित्त को यम देवता वा एषत पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. ओम आद्य कश्यपगोत्राय प्रेताय देवमती शव हस्ते साधक निमित्त प्रेत देवतो वा एषत पिंडो मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठता. Yeah, no, that's the first. That's it. No. In any sense, yes. Dear relatives and friends of our dear departed Devmathy, mother, whatever the relationship you had, I recall her so dearly by those connectivity terms, whether they were mercy or poor. It is quite sad that we have gathered, and as I have mentioned, the soul goes with a memory. And with all the experience that it has done on the earthly plane, through this body that soul had resided in for its experience. And the God that is judging hereafter is Yamraj. Yamraj will determine the soul's journey going forward. Will it be a hellish ride or a heavenly ride? And so our prayer at this juncture is to that Yamraj. Please remember everything in detail that soul went through its earthly experience. So however you want to think of the judge, the God, the judgmental God, the God that is going to facilitate the forward journey of the soul, and according to your lives, according to your perception, let's pray to that God. Yatra Raja Vaivasvato, Yatra Varodhanam Diva, Yatra Murya Hatirapa, Tatra Mamridam Krivi, Yatra Nukamam Charanam, Trineka Tridinehe Diva, Loka Yatra Jyotishmanta, Tatra Mamridam Krivi, Yatra Kamani Kamascha, Yatra Bhagnasya Vishtapam, Swadaha Yatra Triptayaschi, Tatra Mamritam Krivi, Yatra Nandhascha, Modhascha Mudaha, Supramudaha Asati, Kam Asya Yatrapta, Kam Tatra Mamritam Krivi, Yamaya Soma Pavati, Yamaya Kiyate Havi, Yamaham Yagyo Gacha Ya Agni, Duto Aram Krita, Atisi Pushpa Sankasham, Pitavasa Samichyutam, Ye Namasyantim Govindam, Natesham Vidyate Bhayam, Anadhina Danno Deva, Shankachakra Kadahara, Aksha Pundri Kaksha, Preta Moksho Prado Bhava. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnata Purnamichyate Purnasya Purnamidhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We will now do a little yajna, pray to fire God, the deliverance of the mortal remains of this life of Devmathy. Can somebody come to help here to make the fire? Keep that down here. See, there is a strong Oh, use a spoon or use a stick. Start the fire first. Yeah. Just put it down. Don't give it just speak to one and start the fire. Oh, okay. You just is this samadhi? Samadhi could be that is. There is concept. Yeah, there is concept. And matches. Yeah.
It won't like that. Maybe you can.
Put a whole book down. By the camera? Put them. Oh, okay. So secure now. Put some big book on top of the flame. Om Adi Kashyapa Gotraya Pretaya Devmathy Nivrita Uttam Lokam Pratyartham Havanam Aham Karishye. Om Lomasya Swaha Idam Lomasya Namamam Om Tvache Swaha Idam Tvache Namamam Om Lohit Aye Swaha Idam Lohitaye Namamam Om Medavya Swaha Idam Medavya Namamam Om Masevya Swaha Idam Masevya Namamam Om Snayubhya Swaha Idam Snayubhya Namamam Om Astibhya Swaha Idam Astibhya Namamam Om Majabhya Swaha Idam Majabhya Namamam. Open it. Now you leave that down now you take samadhi. Okay, right? Yeah. You can also. Om. Yeah, all of you can put little. About 24 times in chant. Om Payavya Swaha. Idam Payavya Namam. Om Prayasaya Swaha. Om Ayasaya Swaha. Don't put on the flame, put next to the flame. Om Sanyasaya Swaha. Om Vyasaya Swaha. Udyasaya Swaha. Shuche Swaha. Shotate Swaha. Shonachamanaya Swaha. Shokaya Swaha. Tapase Swaha. Tapyate Swaha. Tapyaman Aya Swaha. Taptaya Swaha. Dharam Aya Swaha. Nishkritye Swaha. Prayaschitye Swaha. Bheshajaya Swaha. Yamaya Swaha. Antakaya Swaha. Mrityave Swaha. Brahmane Swaha. Brahmahatyaye Swaha. Vishwebhyo. You take like 7 sandwiches. There's 7. No. Okay, the food is enough for the food. Now that's what you do. Now coffin with the fire. Alright. Use this stick. Yeah, no. Old stick. Pocket can.
Oh, okay.
Around.
Just
Hold this in your left hand. Yeah. You know, so that
the camera got full, right?
right. Yeah. So this hold this. Yeah. This means just put the thing on the floor. Hold it.
Yeah. We'll keep the camera. Yeah.
That's right. Just go to the get the next
I'm
something.
having it right now. But I'm nearby there. I'm keeping it. Yeah, I'll do the thing.
But you take that water later.
There you go.
You will walk in front of queso, you walk behind. And you got water, right? Burn that candle. Those were the matches. The matches. Who are the matches?
You got the match.
Light it. Each round will come to this. Om Pam Bhuta Vijagatyenah Swaha Loka Paripalaka Ukta Sanharaskata Momoda. You know what? No. Just touch them down. Om Pam Bhuta Vijagatyenah Swaha Loka Paripalaka. You do that 7 times round, right? Offer these, if you can count with the sandalwood, offer them with that. Offer the first sandalwood. Then you carry on, and after each round, you offer the sandalwood. Om Ukta Sanharaskam Adhenaha Sargam Tvam Mayaha Om Kritvatu Duskritam Karma Janata Vapya Janata Nitya Vasham Prapya Naram Panchatvam Agatam Om Dharma Samayuktam Lobha Samavritam Daehyam Sarvagatrani Devyam Lok Ansar Gachatu Om Asmatvam Adi Om Kritvatu Dushtam Karma Janata Vapya Janata Mrityu Kalaha Vasham Prapya Naram Panchatvam Agatam Dharma Samayuktam Lobha Moha Samavritam Dahyam Sarvagatrani Divyam Lok Ansar Gachatu Om Pamtu Dishkuta Karma Janata Vapya Janata Mrityu Kala Vasham Prapya Naram Panchatvam Agatam Dharma Samayuktam Lobha Moha Samavritam Dahyam Sarvagatrani Divyam Lok Ansar Gachatu. Om Kritvatu Dushtam Karma Janata Vapya Janata Mrityu Kala Vasham Prapya Naram Panchatvam Agatam Dharma Samayuktam Lobha Moha Samavritam Dahyam Sarvagatrani Divyam Lok Ansar Gachatu. Put that into the wood into the fire.
Slow enough.
No, just the wood, just the wood. Yeah, that's okay. Just people walk around the fire. That's. Thank you. We can have the last viewing before we do the Shanti. No, no. That's why you do it here. The open. You just go. This is the last. Keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. They will have the last few. Straight forward. Go with that. With the last one. Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri 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 Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Let's pray for peace. Om Dio Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rama Shanti Oshadeya Shanti Vanaspatya Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvatvam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Shama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Om.
All bearers come through. You have the 6 chairs in on either side of the coffin.
Ram Nam Satya Hai. 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 Ram Nam Satya Hai.